Okay, on to the balance sheet now. So the balance sheet, your first head in your balance sheet is your fixed assets. Okay, and under your fixed assets, you have your intangible assets. You've got your tangible. Okay, and you've got your financial. Okay. Okay, so your intangible assets is your patents. Okay, so the patents given to you up here in your trial balance was 45,000 euro, but we wrote them off. Okay, so we have to take that 15,000 away. So 45 minus 15,000, because that's what we wrote off or amortized, brings it to 30,000 euro. Okay, now again, these tangible assets, okay, they don't necessarily need a working, but I'm not going to leave anything to chance, just in case some of you might be feeling a little bit unsure. Okay, this here is your tangible assets. Okay, now the thing with buildings is that we know that the buildings have been revalued at the end of the year, yes, and they've been revalued to, was it 700,000? Let me just check that there. Yes, okay, so buildings are 700,000. Okay, but the delivery vans have not been revalued. Okay, and there's also depreciation on them as well. Okay, accumulated depreciation as well as depreciation charge for this year. Your delivery vans figure from the actual trial balance. Okay, whereas their motor vans at cost is 160,000 euro. Okay, and just underneath that, then you've got accumulated depreciation was 32,000 euro. But then we have to take away the depreciation charge for this year as well. And if we come back up here, okay, you can see delivery vans depreciation charge there was 19,200. So we'll also subtract 19,200. So your true cost, or true value, excuse me, your net book value for delivery vans, okay, is 108,800. So it's this figure for buildings plus this figure here for delivery vans. When you add those two figures together, okay, you get a total of 808,800. And that's the figure that we can put in now to our tangible assets. Okay, excellent. Now, on to your financial assets. Again, your financial assets are your investments. Okay, and your investments are given to you in the trial balance there, and they are 400,000. All right, we add those three figures together, and it gives us 1,238,800. That wasn't a very clear zero. Okay, now we can open up our current assets. As I said to you before, lads, your current assets is going to be made up of three items, or three headings. Stock, okay, debtors, and bank. All right, your stock is your closing stock, which is given to you in your first note there, and that is 45,000 euro. Okay, your debtors, we'll do a little working on that. All right, so let's go back up here to the workings. Let's open up working 8. Okay, we'll take the trial balance figure for your debtors, which is 79,000 euro. Okay, I do remember up here, all right, see the investments here? This 4,000 that's due to you also can be added onto your debtors. Okay, and again, have a look to your workings or your notes that's been given to you and see if there's anything else that's outstanding. Okay, there rarely is, to be honest with you, because they've told you there in working 2 provision should be made for debenture interest due and investment income due. So this is all that's due to you. Adding these two figures together will give you 83,000. Okay, and the thing that I often forget myself, okay, is that I always forget to take away the provision for bad debts when it's asked. All right, so go back up to your trial balance there, and there should be a provision for bad debts that I spotted earlier. Yes, it is. There it is, 16,000 euro. So subtract the 16,000 euro from that. Okay, and that will give us 67,000 euro, and that is your debtors figure. So 67,000 euro. Okay, the bank is just taken straight out of the trial balance, and you can see there your bank is an asset of 224,000. Okay, we can add these three figures together, And we get 336,000. Okay. Now let's list our creditors. So again, get the headings right. So it's creditors and it's amounts falling due. I'm going to run out of space as per normal within 1 year. Okay. You have 3 items in here as well, or 3 headings. You've got your trade creditors. Okay. You've got your taxation, all of your taxation. Okay. And then you've got other creditors. Okay. So the trade creditors are just the creditors taken out of the trial balance up at the top there. Let me just get it. Oh, that's not where I want to go this way. 50,000 euro. Okay, your taxation now, be careful here because in the trial balance you've got PAYE, which is 35,000. You've also got VAT, which is 15,000. So those two together is 50,000. And then don't forget you've also got your corporation tax there in working or note number 2, which is 78,000. So out of those together, 78,000 and your, oh sorry, VAT is 16,000, my apologies. So PAYE is 35,000 and VAT is 16,000. So that gives us 51,000. Plus 78,000 is 129,000. Okay. Now, we'll do a little work in here on other creditors. So we'll say working 9. Okay. So other creditors. So this is just anything that's due. Okay, that we have to pay. So one I remember is up here was your interest payable. See it down here at the bottom. Okay, the 12,000 euro. So that's can be the first figure I put in here. Okay, if you go back then to your second note, it says provisions. So that means you obviously have to put them aside. They are to be paid but haven't been paid yet. So you've got your director's fees there of 27,000 euro. Okay, we've also got our auditor's fees there of 25,000 euro. Okay. Now, one again that people always forget is down at the bottom there is those legal fees. All right. We've received the invoice, but we haven't paid for them yet. So that means they're due. So that's 5,000 euro there. So you add up those 4 figures together, boys, you'll get 69,000 euro. Okay, and there's your other creditors. All right. Add up those 3 figures and we get 248,000. I'm kind of in my mind there. I'm just going to put in, look, the tax one here, lads, right? It's another working. I just don't have a number on it. It's your VAT, okay, plus your PAYE, plus your corporation tax, just in case you didn't know where I got those from. So the VAT in the question, all right, was 16,000 euro. The PAYE was 35,000 euro. And the corporation tax there given to you in the second note was 78,000 euro. And when you added those 3 figures together, that's what got us 129,000. Just said I'd make a note of that in case you didn't understand where I got that. 129,000 from there. All right. Now, let's get back to this here. Take that 248 away from 336 and you get 88,000. Okay. That 88,000 is now known as net current assets. Okay. It's a positive figure because obviously our current assets were greater than our current liabilities. And we add those 2 figures together now. So you've got your fixed assets plus your net current assets. Add them together, we get 1,326,800. Okay, and that there is known as your total assets less current liabilities. Okay, doc. Now, on to our finance by. Okay, make sure you get these headings right. Okay, and the first heading your finance by is creditors. Okay, this is amounts falling due. Okay, more than 1 year. Okay, and the first thing that you have there, lads, is your debentures. Okay, always wise to put in the percentage of your debentures. In this case here it's 8%, I nearly forgot. Okay, and we can put this over to the last column, and the debentures is 250,000. Okay, your next heading is capital, okay, and reserve. So your capital is your issued shares. This is both your preference shares and your ordinary shares. Okay, and adding them together is 650,000. Okay, so make sure you know that. The issued shares, lads, if you go back up to your trial balance there, is the ordinary shares were 500,000 and your preference shares were 150,000. So together it gave you 650,000. Okay, now here you must do your revaluation reserve before you put in the net profit, because the heading says capital and reserves. Alright, so this will be our last working here, so it's working number 10. Okay, so working 10, our revaluation reserve. So what was the cost of the land and buildings before we started? Okay, so your land and buildings before you started, if you go back up there, where is it? Buildings at the 1st of the 1st 2019, okay, were 500,000 euro. Alright, so 500,000 euro in there. Then underneath it you've got accumulated depreciation. So we want to work out, well, what's the net book value before we revalue these buildings. If you go back up, then you want your depreciation on buildings as well. Okay, and you can see there your depreciation on buildings for this year was 10,000 euro. So let's go down here, okay, and take away that 10,000 euro. So that's 500,000 minus 32,000 euro, which is 468,000 euro. Then we revalue them. How much should we revalue? 700,000. Yeah, revalue them to 700,000 euro. Okay, and the difference between those two figures is your revaluation reserve, which is 232,000 euro. So your revaluation reserve there is 232,000. Okay, now we can put in our profit and loss balance on the 31st of the 12th 19, and that was given there. Go back up if you want to see it. Okay, there it is there at the end. Oh, I don't want that. Okay, that figure there, look, 194,800. Alright, so 194,800. Add those three figures together, we get 1,076,800. And you'd be lied to know when you add those together, you get 1,326,800. Okay, and there's your balance sheet, gentlemen.